is Meagan Matherly. I'm a registered nurse, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about bullying. Bullying is something that we hear about all the time. We see it all over the news. It's a big problem all over, but I think a lot of people think that it's just with school kids. Not really something that adults probably deal with as much. But bullying can happen anywhere. Does happen in schools, can happen in the workplace, and bullying is something that is actually a pretty big problem within the nursing profession. So, probably all heard of nurses eating their young. It's something you hear about a lot. I was worried about it when I started as a new nurse. I don't know if some nurses that are older think that they need to toughen new nurses up, or if we just need to earn our place, but it's obviously something that's a problem. Luckily, my experience as a new nurse, I haven't, I guess I should say, dealt with that whole lot. I still have been a nurse for less than a year now. There are definitely days though when you go in and it seems like your assignment is maybe a little bit worse than other people's. So it's something that you deal with. Thankfully, I've been blessed in that it hasn't been a big problem for me. And none of that's to say that bullying in nursing is just between older nurses and new nurses. So that's not the case. Older nurses can be bullied as well. It can happen between any nurses. So I think the nurses don't realize when people are being bullied, that doesn't just have an effect on that nurse or the person being bullied, but it also affects patient care and patient safety as well as the entire workplace. So bullying is something, it incorporates a lot of different things. There are different types of bullying. You might see violence, aggression, just intimidation, or belittling somebody, or just being mean to somebody in general. All of that is bullying. In nursing, I don't really think we see a whole lot of violence between nurses. At least I hope not. In my workplace, I've never seen a nurse physically hurt another nurse, so I hope you've been lucky enough not to see that as well. If you have, I feel sort of bad for you. I'm sure that's not a fun environment to work in. But I think we see just a lot of, nurses belittling one another or intimidating one another, or gossip, drama, name-calling. All of that's bullying too. Also things like an increased workload. For instance, if somebody does have a harder patient assignment than someone else, that's a type of bullying, or expecting someone to meet unrealistic deadlines. Anything like that falls into the category of bullying. Bullying has a lot of negative effects, both social effects, physical effects. Some of the physical effects of bullying that you may not expect: it can cause headaches, bullying can cause dizziness, can cause stomach aches, backaches, fatigue, insomnia, and bullying has also been related to obesity. Obviously as well, something that's probably a little bit more obvious, bullying causes increased stress. Bullying lowers your self-esteem, can also cause anxiety, depression, and suicidal thoughts. Nurses who are bullied, a lot of times, or even people in general, but since we are talking about nursing, feel socially isolated and ostracized, and you may see personality changes in people who are being bullied. So, a lot of you are probably wondering what this has to do really with patients and patient care, because some people just say, oh, you're being bullied, get over it, go on about your job. but it's really not quite that simple. Bullying has negative effects on patient care and patient safety. So not just the nurse, but the whole unit and the patients as well. And that's not what we want. As nurses, we want to take care of our patients. But research shows that nurses who are being bullied a lot of times have less compassion, which isn't good. That's part of who we are as nurses. We're supposed to show compassion to our patients. If we're being bullied and we're less compassionate, that's not going to really help anybody out in the long run. A lot of times as well, nurses that are being bullied aren't really looking forward to going into work. I mean, they think people are going to call them names or something. It's a bad environment. Who would want to go to that? But when that's the case, a lot of times they are less tolerant of their patients, which isn't good. Patients are why we do what we do. So we need to be tolerant of them and take care of them. And if bullying is affecting our attitude towards that, then something needs to happen there, obviously. As well, when you're bullied, I mean, a lot of times you get upset. Who doesn't? I mean, nurses are human. If somebody's calling you names or making you feel bad about yourself, you're going to get upset. And when you are upset, though, you might make some mistakes. You might make errors. And a lot of times, you know, that's okay. Everybody makes mistakes as a nurse, but I wouldn't want to be the nurse that bullied somebody so they were upset and made a fatal mistake. Because we do have to realize people's lives are in our hands. People depend on us. And we need to do our duty to our patients. As well, bullying has been shown to cause increased sick time that nurses take. So obviously if people are taking a lot of sick time, this can cause short staffing. There's a nursing shortage as it is. I've been on a short staffed unit before. I'm sure all of you have as well. It doesn't make for a good shift, and if we don't have enough staff to take care of our patients, then that's a safety issue. And I know I personally, and all of you as well, I worked hard for my license. You know, I don't want to have something happen because we're short-staffed, and I don't want my patients to get hurt as well. A lot of nurses as well will leave their jobs because of bullying. I've actually seen this happen. A coworker of mine felt she was being bullied and she actually quit. So that was a nurse that we were down, which is never a good thing. And some nurses will even leave the profession because of it, which is sad because there's a nursing shortage and we need those people. So obviously, you know, that's not what anybody wants to see happen. You work hard to get a nursing license, and we need those people. We need the people who are educated and can take care of patients. So, as you can see, bullying is a big problem between nurses. Does have a negative effect on patient care and patient safety. And it's bad for the nurses as well. So I just encourage all of you to be nice to your coworkers, treat everyone with respect. I mean, it's sort of the golden rule, you know. So I appreciate you taking the time to listen to me today, and I hope that you all treat your coworkers and everybody that you come across with respect. Thank you.